Okay. Here's a weird one. I just felt like making something real quick. So let's go, I guess. I have like an hour or two. We'll see. We'll see how far we take this. Maybe it's not fun. We'll see. Okay. Timer starts now, I guess. Fun run. Yeah. Where? Why there? Exactly like not that. Shouldn't be spending time on this. Okay, so the idea is to see how far we can get in like an hour. I have a reasonably clear idea of what I want to do. So you'll be running through pretty much a straight labyrinth and just clicking to shoot enemies to the left and right and in front of you. I haven't decided if the character auto runs or if it is if you have to like press forward. So I'll probably start with you have to run forward, and then I'll make a character controller. I'll have you move and then shoot, and then I'll give you something to shoot at, and then that is sort of the game. I'll have to figure out some way that you die, but the idea is pretty much the same as Gun Howl, but seen from the top instead of a side scroller. We'll try to do everything with boxes, everything with oh shit, I haven't set up my thing in this version of Unity. Okay, didn't expect this to be part of the challenge, but we'll see. Inspector, project view, hierarchy, and yeah, that's pretty nice. So let's set things up. Let's do scripts, and we're gonna try to be quick. So player, let's use 3D physics. I think is the easiest. So first we want to have a plane just for the ground. We want to swap these two. Okay, you over there. Plane. Let's add a cube to the player sprite. Cube. Here we go. Let's call this body. Remove the component. Do we do character controller or do we do physics? Physics. See how far we can get. We want a collider on the player, and we want to call it something like we want a capsule or sphere. There we go. Let's move it up half a unit, and then we'll start working on the player controller. We gotta have a camera follow system too. Okay, let's do this. The super simple way is to put the camera inside of the player. So let's try that. So camera rotation. Call it camera rig. Zero these out. The camera inside of the camera rig, and I usually do like a rotation here. And then main camera goes inside of the rotation. 0, 10 units back, that's fine, and then we want to rotate it up by some set of degrees. Main camera, field of view down, move it back. That's about right. So cool, let's create our player script. C# script, player, simple. Let's do that, double click, hope it opens somewhere. It does, cool. And in the right place roughly. Where is... I don't need that. Cool. So we want to run our stuff and fixed update. We want to have... Oh, what does it do that to me? We want to have a... maybe make this a little bigger. Why not? Pressing the wrong button. We want to have reference to the rigid body. And then on enable. Oh, I don't have my... That's fine. Rigid body equals get component. Rigid body. Hello NFG. We'll see how it turns out. Maybe this is a total disaster. So we want to have some public stuff. Public float acceleration. We might have to do something with like limiting speed. I'm not sure. Let's try 100. Fixed update. We're gonna read the input. So var movement equals new vector 3. And we want it to be like old input system because we don't have time to set up the other one. Input dot get axis raw horizontal, and then we don't have any upwards movement, and then we just pick up the vertical. Cool. And then we want to apply this to rigid body, so rigid body dot add force movement times acceleration, and then we want to acceleration and then force mode acceleration. Cool. So let's go back to the code. Plane player, add the player script. Whoa. Okay, that was a slight fail. So let's say no rotation. No rotation. Okay, this is already working. We need to add a little bit of drag on the rigid body, like 5. We want to run pretty fast, so gonna need a bigger plane. But since we don't have, well, I guess we're gonna need some materials too, but we don't have any reference to the ground if we make the plane too big. Material, ground, and this one we'll name to player. The ground in, put the player in, make the player just emissive so it comes across a little bit easier. Yeah. Duplicate this. This is gonna be our gun. Oh wow, that's the wrong direction. Which is the right direction? This is the right direction. Yes. This is a very ugly game. But okay. Good start. So we can move around. Now we have to aim towards the mouse pointer. I will not build in any other ways of aiming, I think. So just put this in the player class too. So we want to figure out what the mouse pointer position is. We can do that by doing, let's do the quick one, camera.main, which is apparently not as slow anymore. World screen point to ray input.mouse position. And then we want to do something like if, we need a plane too. Var plane equals new plane. Think that should work, maybe, but let's not try. Instead, just do it right. The normal is going to be vector3.up, and the in point is going to be vector3.0, and then if plane dot raycast. This is going to be, oh shit, wrong button. Mouse ray, raycast, mouse ray, out, var, is it var out? I don't remember. Var out, var distance, I think. You write it like that, and then we can calculate the actual mouse position. Hey, Balrog, Pison, Lawrence, welcome. I'm just doing a little bit of extra today because kid fell asleep early, and that's pretty good. So now we want to figure out like where is the ray hitting the ground so we can aim our character towards that. That's good, Balrog. So var aim is going to be a vector3 that's at the position of mouse ray origin plus mouse ray direction times distance. Now we want to add onto that half a unit. So vector3 up times 0.5. And then we want to set the direction of our character. So transform.forward equals transform.position, but aim minus transform.position. That should work. Let's see if that works. Yeah, I will not be able to like we're rotating shit when we're doing that. That is not good. Okay, so we need to write a really quick camera follow script. Let's just do this. Put it on camera rig. So public. Why is this so misaligned? Public tab size 2, yeah. Public transform follow. Public float smooth. There is a better way of doing this. But if we're gonna we're not gonna be able to do this fast enough if we're doing it this way. So void update. Could do it in fixed update if we were smart. We'll see what happens. So let's see. We want to set our position, lerp our current position to the follow object's position. So transform.position equals vector 3.lerp from transform.position to follow.position. And I want to bring in time dot delta time multiplied by smooth. This will give us a somewhat smooth camera. See what happens. Okay, so now we have our player character. We can see how it aims towards the mouse pointer. This already feels pretty good. All right. Do we do shooting, or what do we do next? Shooting. Cool, let's do shooting. We want to add a script. Projectile using Unity engine, public class projectile mono behavior. Oh, we forgot to add the player to that. Oh no! We're having one of these. Oh no, it's because I'm running it from Dropbox. That's never a good idea. Let's restart it and see what happens. Come on, just quit. Let's quit. Why did I put it on? That was not a good idea. Gives us a few seconds to plan out. So I was thinking to just add rigid bodies to be the rigid bodies with a projectile class that you can kind of just launch, and we'll make some fun little projectile. It could be that we should use a raycast method instead. That's a little bit harder, so let's just do this really quickly. We don't do anything with the class yet. We just need it for projectile prefab. And then we can do a public float shoot interval. This is seconds, and we want to do like 0.25 shots a second. That's fine. No, well, maybe we need ammo at some point. Let's go. Let's just say if. Oh, we're gonna need a variable too here. That's called float last shot equals minus some high number. Then if time.time minus last shot is larger or equal to time shoot interval, and we're shooting, so maybe put that first. So if input.get button, I think it's called fire 1, and that, then we want to set last shot. This is like a timer to limit the amount of shots that come out. Time.time, and then we fire a projectile. Also gonna need shoot force, and this is gonna be like 100 or 1,000 or something. Oh wait, we're setting it, so yeah, let's do 10 then. So now we want to instantiate our thing. So var projectile equals instantiate projectile prefab. The position is going to be transform.position plus transform.forward. So we're getting it like slightly ahead of the player and in the forward direction. We want to have a rotation that's in the same, so quaternion dot look rotation from transform.forward, and then we don't care about the parent. What we do care about is getting projectile dot get component rigid body. Let's do it this way. Add force transform.forward multiplied by shoot force, and we set it to force mode impulse like that. Okay. So let's make a 3D object like a sphere. Let's give it the player material. Layer, there it is. That's fine. Why do we not see it? Because it's below ground. Okay. So that's a good size for a projectile. It's a little bit big. We're gonna later on like scale it in the direction of shooting dynamically, but let's do it like this now. So we also want to not rotate it. Let's add a rigid body. Clamp down on rotations. We'll do that later. Also turn off gravity. Oh, it's a little big. Let's bring down the radius of that. We gotta fix that later. So then we're gonna need the projectile thing, which is gonna do damage to stuff later on. Let's add a prefabs. Sphere. What have we done? 23 minutes. Okay. So there's probably like 2 hours I think we can do something in. We'll see. Delete this player. Pull in the sphere. Rename it projectile. So now when I shoot, we get this. So things we see is that we need higher shoot force, maybe 100. It's not too bad. You can see that stuttering that's going on here. That comes from a mismatch between the frame rate and the physics update. So we're gonna fix that sort of, but we'll fix it better later if we have time. So physics, or rather time, we set that to run at 50 frames per second, which is weird why that is the default, but we want to set that to 1 divided by 120. So 1 divided by, why is that not doing the division sign? I'm pressing the wrong button. 120. It gives us a number, and then these values are all screwed up, so let's undo and repaste that. This way the physics will update more nicely, and some of the stuttering will go away, not all of it. Okay, we forgot to save our changes. Shoot interval 1, shoot force 70, 80. Hello Zool, what's up? So player kind of shoots up when the mouse pointer is close. That we do not want. So let's check if we can clear out the Z direction, or the Y direction of aim. Y equals always 0.5. And then we should try to make the player exactly at that position. Transform gonna be that. You know what? Let's just set it to 0. Gravitation to the bullets. Well, we'll see. This is not gonna be a super innovative game here. Did I remove all the... Yep, I did. So this is... yeah, this is gonna work. Feels like camera should zoom out quite a bit. Let's do that. Maybe like this. Okay, so this is most of the mechanics. We probably need some like other stuff, but cool. So let's make a cube that's going to be our tile. Interpolate on the rigid body to remove the... does that work? I think it comes from the camera rig. I have a better solution for this later on. We'll see if we can get there. So now we want to do procgen. And the easiest way to make a level would be to do my favorite mechanic of like a... what is it called? Like a random walk. Okay, so let's see if we can do procedural level generation in like a couple of minutes here. Probably not. We'll see. C# script level generator. Okay, so let's see what we can do with this. We want to do a void generate method, and we want to have a void on validate, and this is not the best way of doing things, but it'll do in a pinch. Oh shit, we don't have our library, including that would be cheating, so let's see if we can do it anyway. Public vector 2int size of the level, new vector 2int. We're gonna make it like 100 by 100 for now. Fan on the computer? I don't think so. There's not a big fan. I think it's just the music that has a lot of those things. Or it's something else. Can you still hear it? Okay, let's not bother with that. Public int seed equals 1337. Oh, well, it's not. It's seed 148 now. So on validate, we want to generate. Oh, we don't have our seed stuff. Okay, it's not gonna be a seeded generation, I guess. Or can we use... don't have time. I don't have time. Iterations 50. Okay, this is gonna be annoying without my stuff, so we'll see how this goes. So let's just put an int array tiles. We're gonna create when we do generate. So tiles times tiles equals new vector 2. We don't need this. We can do it. We can do it easier. We can do it with just a few positions. So vector, it's gonna be fast enough. A list of vector 2int tiles, new list vector 2int, and then tiles clear, and then we're gonna have a void. Oh, that void draw gizmos. And then we're going to do if tiles equals null, return. Otherwise, we draw all the tiles as boxes. So for each var p in tiles, we want to gizmos.draw cube at the position of p with the size of 1. 1 like that. Fine. So why do you not like the p? Vector 2int. Not do that. Let's just do fastest possible. Well, vector 3int. Let's do it vector 3int. Now we need to create these tiles somehow. So the thing I'm doing mostly when I'm doing these things is cursor is a random walk. So we want to start at the 0, and then we want to have a list of possible directions that we can take. You can just have that as an array. Hey Marcus. So we do vector 3int for simplicity array. Equals new vector 3int, and then we can put those in there. The directions, oh, we need to call it something. Directions. And we want to move a vector 3int forward. We want to do left, and we want to do right. We could go back, but let's start with these and see how the levels turn out. We want to make it more likely to go forward, so let's put in 2 forwards. So now we do the iterations. So for each, for var I equals 0, I is less than iterations, I plus plus. So I wonder if there's a way to seed the Unity seed random, even if it's, yeah, there is a legacy. Is there random.seed? Let's use that if we can do that. Unity random seed. You can set that, so let's do that. Seed, that's fine. And then we go through the iterations, and then we just step through these positions. Var new or var dir equals which direction we want to move. So we pick a random number from range from 0 through directions.length. This we're gonna pass into. Do we care about size? No. Into directions, and then we add that to the cursor. So cursor plus direction, and then we check if it already exists in the directions, we don't go there, or in the tiles. If tiles dot any, I think it's called in here, except we have to import link. Any t equals pos. It didn't work out. This says that it's obsolete in its state function. Okay, let's use that instead. Thank you for mentioning it. Oh, Certus. Okay, so now we can check if there is any if that kind of didn't work out, we just continue and try again with the next thing. If we get here, we can actually move the cursor to a new position. So cursor equals pos, and then we add this pos to the list of tiles. So tiles add cursor. So this is a very basic random walk generator. So let's see how we can get this to work. So let's call it level generator. Cool. So let's look at this from above. But we have an error. Huh. Don't you look at that? Stop doing this. Unity. Okay, so now we have a really simple way of generating our levels here. And we can do this. Now running along this, I guess it could work. Question is, do we like scale the level to work like this, and also like do we add little offshoots to the sides at some point where we put enemies, or how do we do this? We could say that every tile that we do here, we just scale it up by 3 or something to that effect, and then we'll have some kind of simple level. That's the simplest version. Let's create the floor, and then we'll create the other stuff. So public transform floor tile. We're gonna make walls too later on. So this is cool. Now we generate, and then on start we want to just set the seed to something random. Seed is going to be like all we got to do random.init state, pass in like time dot real time. Yeah, I don't know, but not since startup, but we want to get the system time or something. Why do we care about this? Let's not do that now. So now we just generate, and then we want to instantiate the floor tiles on all of those. So we're going to set the transform dot local scale to be vector3 1, and then we want to afterwards set the local scale to vector3 1 times 3. We want to go through all of our tiles and instantiate one of those floor tiles there. So instantiate floor tile at the position of P, of course, and then quaternion.identity, because I can't, and then parent them to the transform, and then scale everything up. What time is it? How far? We've done 40 minutes. Playing, delete. We want to have create an empty. This is going to be a floor tile, and then we want to add a cube to that cube, and we want to set it to -0.5 think. Let's keep the thing and then add the floor. Where is floor? Oh, ground. Ground tile to that, and then this is going to be perfect. Put it in our prefabs layer. See what's going on. Floor tile. Delete it from the scene. Pick up the level. Put in the floor tile. With a little bit of luck, we should get a level under our character now. Oh, it's almost worked. We fell off for some reason. Maybe because the player isn't at 0. Hey, Irish John, what's up? Welcome. Okay, I have no idea why we fell through the ground. Why are we not centering on the player? Because we're in weird mode. Aha. So we didn't add 0 as the first of the tiles. So tiles, add cursor. Didn't seem like the scale worked properly either. Oh, maybe it will work actually. Let's turn off maximize. Let's hide the level thing, and then oh no, we get the same error again. Friggin' boulder dash. Gotta restart Unity, and while we're doing that, let's move it off. This is, or maybe we can just turn off syncing on this in until tomorrow. Do not sync anymore. There's something about Dropbox and Unity where it doesn't play together. Start it up again. Let's hope this never happens again. Cheers. So what you've been doing on stream, Irish John? Okay, so what did work and what didn't work? We don't know yet. Let's just press play and hope for the best. For some reason, the player doesn't at all start where you think they are. So let's be cheating and let's do this. This is how you do challenges, I guess. Okay, so why isn't it at the, because reset, here we go. Okay, so now we have this track that we can run along. Cannot really fall down. Cool, so I need a bigger level. We need to change the scale more. Let's add that public float scale. What about 8? Three was not enough. Sometimes I think when we're moving towards our shots, okay. All right. Okay. So that was the first thing. Now we need to have a wall tile, so we can't fall off. The cube is now not going to be minus; it's going to be plus 0.5, and that's going to work. So let's make a prefab out of that. I want to make it original prefab. Get rid of that wall tile, delete, and then so the simplest way of doing this is to have another array of directions, which is one direction in all 8 directions around. So let's just simply do this. New vector3 int, and we want to make like top left will be -1 0. Come on, what's going on? 0 and 1, I guess, and then we have 0, and then we got 1. That's the upper row, and then we want to have 1 to the left, the center, and then 1 to the right, and we want to have the bottom row as well. So it's going to be minus, minus, and minus. Why am I formatting code? So at the end, after we've placed our tile, we will check all the surrounding tiles for this tile. For each var d in directions 8, if there is one inside of our tiles. If there is not, we'll put a if there's none on that position, so var p2 equals p plus d, and then we check if the same as here, if there is something matching that p2, we just continue. Otherwise we spawn our wall tile at p2, and then we are golden. So wall tile. I haven't done this exact thing before. Get rid of, we're not going to need that. So our level, now we're going to need the wall tile, and when we play now, hopefully we'll have walls surrounding everything, it looks like. Zoom out. Why is this happening? Did I... this one has a huge scale. Don't have that. Okay. We're gonna need something to shoot at too, and I'm gonna make the projectiles not hit the player, or maybe nothing at all. Okay, so I noticed that this is annoying. Just put this down at 0, so our walls are a little bit lower so we can see better. Okay, we don't really have time for testing like this, so we need a way for enemies to come in. I think we're about 45 minutes into this challenge. So where do we go from here? gonna need enemies. Okay, let's make enemies. So enemy. There's gonna be one enemy. Enemy is gonna have a. Let's make them cubes. Why not? Let's move it up by 0.5. 0.5. I am recording this. I am recording this. Don't worry. Reset this. Let's put it in front of the player, and then we're gonna do some weirdness with. Gonna need a script. Enemy. Yep. I got 51 minutes and 24 seconds recorded so far. Hope I'm recording the right thing. Cool, so here's our enemy. What's it gonna do? It's gonna have some kind of start behavior. Enumerator start. So we're pretty much gonna wait for finding a target. So player target, and then we're gonna check if there is a trigger enter, void on trigger enter, collider. We will check if the collider has a player. Var player equals collider dot get component player. If player not equals null, set up target to be player. Okay, so if we have a target, we will move towards the target. So this is also gonna need a rigid body. Rigid body. We call it just body. No, we call it rigid body. We're gonna wait for that. So while target equals null, yield return null. That's fine. And then we calculate the delta. So while target not equals null, we want to do var delta equals. We want to move towards the player. So brain target transform position minus our position. Transform dot position delta dot y equals 0, and then we want to do like we want to have an acceleration on this too. So public float acceleration. I don't know what that's gonna be. 10. Some of that's bigger than the player, so fast zombies, I guess. Now we have the delta. We want to move rigid body, add force, transform. Oh, wait. Delta normalized times acceleration, and then we do force mode acceleration. Cool. Add the enemy class. Let's add a rigid body. Let's add 2 colliders, 1 sphere collider. Let's give it 5 drag. Constrain the rotations. Why not? Sphere collider, and then we want to have a trigger sphere collider too. It's a lot bigger. It's going to be like when they see us. Because we just hope that there is something where they can stand over there. We've got to place them somehow along. What's going on here? Oh, we don't get the rigid body. Okay, rigid body equals get component rigid body. Restart. Ooh, I forgot one thing. This is not good. This is an endless loop. I forgot to yield. New, wait for fixed update. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to kill Unity again. There's no way of getting out of this from what I know. God damn it. We haven't saved ever, potentially. So, god damn. That's a bad thing to happen like 5 minutes before the first hour is over. It's gotta be this one. Gotta be a new wait for fixed update in there. That sucked a little bit. Gotta admit. Come on now. Boot up. Boot up. Oh, we have saved. But we lost our enemy. That sucks a little bit. Did we get... Not the wall tile, wasn't part of it. But I guess we copy the player now instead. Call this enemy. Add another sphere collider. Get rid of the player. Add an enemy. Save. What else is there? What's going on? Why are we... why are we... Yep. Set. Yeah, we really didn't lose that much. So hopefully, I was expecting this to trigger. No, this was not a trigger. It needs to be much bigger too. Whoop, and then we move it all the way over here. And move closer, and now it starts moving towards me really slowly. Acceleration maybe 100. So it's really attacks us. So we're gonna have a bigger radius. We need some kind of time limit, I think. We need to be able to kill the enemies, and we need to have like a goal. I could do the... You got 3 seconds to kill an enemy. A thing or something to push you forward. Let's do a really simple AI here. So if delta.magnitude is less than, let's give it some jump thing, then we want to do yield return new wait for seconds, like 0.5 seconds, and then we jump instead of doing this. So we do delta normalized, and then we have like a jump force. Let's make that like 50 or something. Jump force mode, impulse. So we'll kind of stop for half a second and then jump towards where the player was when they were close enough. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, I can see it kind of... It'd be nice if it looked at the player too. So, we don't have to do that. We can do inside of transform forward equals delta normalized. It's pretty fun. So it's gonna look towards us. And then we gotta do some kind of damage thing. We need a health system. Feels like it probably should track us even through this. We'll just update delta inside of a for loop instead of the wait. So while var start time equals time dot time, while start time, well, while time dot time minus that is less than 0.5. We want to update the transform forward, and then we will wait for like something very short, like 125, so we get a little bit of a chance to avoid it, and then it'll do the jump. Cool. I think this is as much AI as we're gonna get. No! Shit, I did the same thing again. I didn't... Fart spray. This one this time. Yes, start up. Yield, return. No. The stress is getting to me. The stress is getting to me. Okay. Our enemy is at the wrong position. Does that all... No, that seems about right. Sure. You have to be way closer. Yeah, because the radius is super small. So we're gonna place these somehow. Oh, it's that's not gonna work, is it? While time dot time minus start time is less than 0.5. Look, and then wait for this, and then add the force. And then wait for 1 second. Or 0.5 seconds. Before it does this. Why didn't it feel like it worked? This should have been enough. Why are you not moving towards me? Oh, the acceleration is too low. 100. Okay, let's see if we can spawn the enemy. So let's create a prefab out of the enemy. Gotta fix so much shit. Level generator, public, enemy prefab. Then we're gonna have something like, is it gonna be enemy count? Enemy count is 50. 20 enemies. Probably should be related to iteration somehow instead. Let's just do it this way. So now we want to pick a random set of positions. There. Spawns, and then we do like from P in tiles, order by random float or random value, select P, so we sort them in a random order. Okay. And then we select the position multiplied by 5 by scale. And then we add later on a little bit of randomization. Would be nice if we could actually do this let's do this instead. For var I equals 0, I is less than enemy count I plus plus. Now we pick a random tile in the list, so the same we do like this. So we do like tile, well, P equals tiles, random range, and then we pass in 0 and tiles dot length or count, and then we want to like not put it in the first 3 or something like that, and then we will add on to this position. Come on. Why does it think? Okay. New vector 3, and we want to randomly offset them by like random dot range minus scale 0 and scale. Think this is not correct. We need to have that divided by, let's do divided by 3 so they're closer to the center of the tile, which may or may not be perfect. I realize now what we did wrong. We did wrong twice. Okay, now we want to instantiate the enemy, so instantiate the enemy prefab. At what position? P. Quaternion identity, and we want to do it inside of our thing. Okay. That's all well and good. But this is gonna happen after. This is happening in the wrong place now. This needs to happen after we have scaled the world. Otherwise they're gonna be positioned weirdly. So now with a little bit of luck we should actually have enemies spawning inside the... Oh, we haven't assigned the thing yet, have we? Let's get rid of this one. Delete. Level. We want to have the enemy prefab. Did we actually apply the acceleration? We did not. Okay. Whoa. Okay. I'm going to say do not put them inside. A little bit. Part of my income comes from game dev, for sure. So did we put too many enemies in here? They all seem to come at the same position. Random range, 3 to tiles count. Plus random range scale. Why did everything come at the start? Because we're not scaling the position with... I see. So this needs to be scaled by scale, pretty much. Why do you not like this? This needs to be a vector 3. Okay. Okay, so now we go, and then there's enemy. They can't die yet. Wow. It's gonna be a hectic game. Enemies are gonna have to die. Players gonna have to die. Let's add a simple health script. New file. Health. Using Unity engine. Why the heck? Sorry, I don't have my what's it called? Like snippets. Public int amount. Start with 10. Public. So yeah. Now we have some health, and the projectile can check if what it hits. So on, do we do trigger enter, or what do we do? Public void. A public void on trigger enter. Or do we do collision enter? Collider var health equals collider.get component health. If health equals null, return. Well, we can actually do this. If we hit anything, we want to destroy the projectile. So we do that here, destroy game object. And now the health, do damage of damage amount. Public int damage equals 1. We gotta shoot enemies like 10 times. Get component health, which it doesn't know about yet, but also health doesn't have do damage. So public void do damage int amount, and then we do amount minus equals amount, I guess, if amount is less than 0, less than or equal to 0, we destroy the game object. We need to do something more with this, but this is the basics. The enemy also, if it hits something that has health, the projectiles need to have a trigger on them. These already have a trigger, so that will be if they collide with something. So void on collision enter. What time is it? 1:17. Collision. So enemies will just damage player, I guess. Just use this. Collision collider. Get component player. Player dot get component health. Could cache it on player, but who cares? For health equals that. Health dot do damage, and then we pass in damage. I'm gonna have that here. Public int damage is 1. Cool. So if we hit the player, eventually we will die. So player, add health, 10 enemy, add health. The wrong amount? What did I do? Damage. We will see. The player will have health 1 and these will have health 3. It feels like I'm forgetting something. Okay, let's just see if the player dies after a while. No iframes here. We could have been smart and put in some so first of all, let's look at our projectiles. We have too big a radius, and it should be a trigger, and we should make sure we don't have gravity on. We don't, so that's fine. So whenever they hit something, this is less. If the sphere collider is less, yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's try again. We should be able to hit like 3 times, but we can't shoot at all now, so it's probably hitting the player or something. Let's set up some layers. So player, enemies, and projectiles. Set this up in physics. So the projectiles hit default and enemies, and then enemies hit default and player and other enemies. Cool, so let's set this up. So projectile needs to be on the right layer. Projectiles. Enemy needs to be on the enemies layer. Player needs to be on the player layer. And then they can still hit walls. Can still not shoot, so I'm not sure. It doesn't even seem like it reacts when I... See where it puts the projectile. Maybe it doesn't work when it doesn't have a rigid body at it all on it. Or not a rigid body, a... Just add one for fun here. Oh, is it that I scaled this weirdly? So my... okay. My radius is gonna be weird. Okay, this slowed me down quite a bit. Let's get this down to 0.5, 0.5, and 0.5. And put it at 0, 0, 0, just so we can see what's going on. If we move this up 0.5, that should be plenty. Still nothing. Player, let's see where we put the thing. Maybe we put it at the wrong height. Projectile, yes we do, we're not moving it up. Whoops. Shit. I entered some kind of huge full screen mode. How do I exit the full screen mode? I don't know how to exit full screen mode in VS Code. The heck? This is a problem. This is not good. How do I even, like... Is it like Alt Enter? Is it escape? It's like some... Okay, my keyboard stopped working. That might be why. Oh, I can do this. Toggle full screen. Oh god. Now I destroyed everything here. Here we go. What did we do? I lost track. Vector 3 up times 0.5. I don't really have F buttons on my keyboard. I don't even have number buttons on my keyboard. Oh, now we can shoot again. Now, unfortunately, could only shoot for a while. It doesn't... let's only destroy the projectiles if health is true, and then destroy them after some time. So void start, destroy projectiles, game object after 5 seconds. Cool, let's turn on, let's just try it. So here for some reason, it enters, of course, it enters the trigger area of the enemy, so it destroys itself. So on trigger enter, but it should do the damage. We want the collider not to be a trigger. So if collider is trigger, return. Hope this is how it works. Okay, it doesn't seem to do a lot of damage. Why? Enemy, did I give you health? Gave him health. I gave him 1 trigger and 1 non-trigger. And the projectile is on the right layer, and it's sphere collider with this trigger and one without. I need this. Well, sure. Why a new work? Has this colliders. One that is triggering, one that's not. Where's this other collider? That's right there. Okay, I don't know why that doesn't work. Starting to panic a little bit. We got like less than half an hour left. I would ideally be done by now. And just add a little bit of screen shake and stuff. Cool. While I'm thinking about that, let's change the rotation so we're looking at it from higher above. Less of the obscuring stuff. Why aren't these hitting? Like, they are definitely hitting. But they're not killing them at all. Is there something going on? I think they are destroyed, so maybe amount minus equals amount. If amount destroy game object. That should work. So projectile on trigger enter. If the collider is a trigger, we return. Otherwise we check if the collider has health on it. 2 damage, and then destroy ourselves. Debug, log, test A. Maybe actually. You're a genius. Thank you. Thank you, bot. Oh, I'm not recording the chat. Okay. So projectile. Yay, we kill enemies now. Can they kill us too? Probably. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I obviously didn't get it right, so camera follow. Follow equals null. Return. So what do we have? We have a system where we can kill enemies. It feels like the camera should be looking ahead. So let's just move this slightly like this. I'm pressing shift all the time for dash. We'll add that if we have time. Okay, so the enemies need to attack quicker. We need UI for the health. Or enemies need to have a much bigger aggro radius. Cool. Let's add a super simple UI for the player health. Create UI text. Is there any problems? Simplest ever. Health. Go to does this one support emojis? Heart emoji. Probably not, right? That would be really cool if we could just get the emojis. Oh, it works! Ha! Cool. That's pretty cool. So now we can add a HUD script. Let's create it. I think it puts it in the wrong folder, but that's fine. Let's have a reference to the health. Let's do everything in update. And then we want to have a public text. Is it like Unity engine UI text? Health text. And then we do like if health dot amount, or if health equals null, then we set health text dot text to be dead. Else and return. Why not? And then for int I equals 0, I is less than health dot amount, I plus plus, var ht equals an empty string, ht plus equals our heart emoji, and then health text dot text equals ht. Okidoki. Jag vet inte. 20 minuter. So we want the player health, and then we want the health text, and then we want the size to be bigger, and then we want the width to be infinitely big, and then we want the color to be like cool color, and then we want it to be maybe put up in that corner and pull it down a little bit. Okay. Hello, Nano. Okay, that worked. Ha ha ha. I didn't expect, honestly, for this to work so well. With the heart emojis. How fun is that? So we made a little twin stick shooter in 1.5 hours. You can die. Okay, so maybe 20 minutes. We could do polish, like show a death screen. Should we have some kind of shit. Decisions. What do we do? I think the ground texture could be much darker so I can see the enemies better. Just make it like almost black, get rid of some of the smoothness. This is gonna be better. Could add effects. Could make the bullets stretch. Particle effects when bullets hit. Gonna be a lot of sheep. I keep feeling like a dash would be good. Let's do some quick cleanup here. Let's pick a dark color and then not have skybox but solid color. Let's create a quick particle system for when projectiles die. We want to render meshes. Cube. Where is my particle system? It's all the way over here. So Z is up. That looks correct. So let's just use this. Why is it all the way over in weird land? Reset position. Just put it on the player material. Let's make it like live for I'll make it looping, but lifetime 1 second, and then why isn't my F key working? Sometimes it does. Cool, so these are super big, and we want to make it instead emission 0, and then give it one burst of 30, and then fine, let's give it random start speed, 0 to 5, about right, and then we do simple. Let's make it be affected by gravity. I think gravity in this game is way too low. That's fine. So now we need to have the size much smaller. Grab this much lower one. Okay, so this is what's gonna shape radius much smaller. We want higher speed, shorter lifespan. And then we do some kind of size over lifetime. We flip this so it's like this. And to give it a little bit extra pop, let's do this. Cool, that's gonna be a decent particle system. Turn off this. Let's just call this like impact or something. Impact, projectile impact. Scenes, prefabs, projectile impact. Let's add it to the projectile, so whenever it dies we play this. We add this at the position. Oh, we need to also make it die on stop action, destroy. So duration 1, not looping. That's gonna work. They die with a bunch of things. I'm not sure. Maybe. I'm not sure. Is it in a couple of days, weeks? Projectile impact. Projectile script. Public. Transform. Impact prefab. So we're not gonna know which direction we're hitting, so we're just gonna pick the transform position and rotation from this. So instantiate impact prefab at transform.position. It would be nicer if we actually had a thing. So then we want to do copy the rotation too. So transform.rotation. My thinking is that this is going to be reversed. So I guess quaternion look rotation minus transform forward. Ugly, but that's gonna work, I think. Cool. Let's add this. End of next week. Maybe not. We'll see. Delete projectile impact. Would be fun to do Ludum Dare again. I haven't done it in a while. So it doesn't. It only happens when I hit like enemies now. Would be nice if we could bounce the bullets, like we had in that other thing. Okay. Cool. So more juice to the projectiles. We will move it. So public transform graphic, I call it sometimes, and then in the update loop, void update, we will say that graphic dot forward equals. We're gonna have to have rigid body here. Rigid body. Why am I doing this? I should be probably doing something else. graphic.forward equals rigid body dot velocity times that was the quickest thing I could come up with. Some stretch factor. Float stretch. Oh wait, it's gonna be almost this. It's gonna be, this is gonna be normalized, and then I want to have graphic dot local scale is gonna be transform, no, new vector 3 1 1 and then this, but magnitude, and then we want to set like a clamp to this, mathf clamp, value, and then 1 and 3, 2, 3, something like that. Cool. Let's also set up the physics material so it bounces a little bit. I'm just gonna put it in here. Physics material. Oh, we need to score. Oh, we got like 5 minutes. Bounce. Projectile. Sphere collider, that is not a trigger. Put it on there. Bounce. Friction 0. Friction 0. Bounciness 1. Which probably should have a little bit of friction. Yeah, I'm coming up on 2 hours. It's like maybe 5 minutes. So now I'm getting weird. Got that bouncy ball stuff. It doesn't seem to work. Oh, I know what's going on. We haven't set up the projectile. We're just going to create a sphere inside of it. Going to remove the mesh renderer and this mesh filter here. And then we set up the sphere to be cellular transform. 3 FPS. Yeah, okay. So that adds a little bit of juice, but we forgot to remove the collider, so it collides with that instead of the other stuff. So it's not laggy anymore, is it? It was laggy because I hadn't applied one thing, and then it's just adding a million. You see how much more fun it's already now when you can see where stuff is going. Okay, our bounce needs to go down a little bit. Yay, we made it. Okay, I think it's gonna be hard to make anything more, is it? Score would be nice. Killing an enemy. Okay, we're gonna do this super. This white. So the HUD is gonna keep track of score. Why not? So we're gonna have score text public int score equals 0. score text dot text equals score, and then we're gonna go to to health. Whenever we die, we want to find the object of this is super ugly HUD, and then we want to set score plus equals 1. Gotta set up the score here. Score. It's not really gonna be that unless we give the player a lot less health, like 3. Stretchy balls fun. Canvas score. Where are you at? It's health text. Error. Int. 2-string. Okay. I think we started a few minutes after we actually started. So let's say we go for 10 more minutes. I think that's fair. Or 7 minutes or something. Okay, score. Sure, let's see if it works. Score 1. Score 2. Balls should die quicker. Let's go. Projectiles destroy in 1.5 seconds. Fine. Heart emoji. Best thing I come up with all day. Okay, next up, physics material for bouncing. It's a little bit less bounce, and would be nice with screen shake. Randomized seed would be nice. Ah, they got me. I got 8. Let's see. It's randomize the seed. Level generator. So before, I think seed equals math or random. Range 0 through something, but random will be initialized somehow, so we're gonna use time since, or we want to do like system time or something. New date. Do we have that? No, it's gonna be time. We're doing on time, by the way. 53. Game out of emojis. Yeah, sure. Times some weird value. Oh wait, we can do system.random new system random, and then like next is gonna be an int. Cool. So this is gonna work. Now we're gonna get different things every time we start. Let's put in a. Do we have an update loop? Don't. Okay. Void update. If input get key down. Key code escape. We want to restart, so we just load the level. So scene Unity engine, scene management, load scene, scene manager, load scene 0. So we can restart the game when we die. We also want to go next level. If we enter something, let's make an exit. Can we do this? 5 minutes, maybe. Just call this like exit.cs. And for speed, let's copy this part. Call this exit. On trigger, oh, we don't have public. No, not public. Void on trigger enter. Collider bar player equals collider.get component player. Please player if player not equals null. Okay, let's do this again. Find object of type level generator next level, and then we go to level generator. Let's add one function here, public void next level. We're gonna move our player if there is one, so I guess we add it up here. Public player. We want to set player.transform.position equals vector3.0. Ooh, and then we need to clear out all of the enemies. So for each var e in find objects of type enemy, destroy, wonder if this is going to work, game objects immediately, and then we want to clear out our own children. Oh, how is this going to work? For each var t in get components in children, transform, whatever, everything that's below we want to destroy. So destroy components in children, destroy t.gameObject, and then we want to generate again. That's not gonna work, is it? Get components in children transform. Maybe this is gonna work. So we generate, and generate doesn't, it clears the tiles. That should work, sort of. Cool, so we can get a new level. 58. This is really cutting it close. Oh, we need to place the end also. Exit, add a box collider, add a rigid body, make it trigger, make it a big box collider, I guess. Put it at 0, 0, find it, move it, and then we gotta put that at the end tile. So let's put the exit over here, public transform exit. Exit is gonna be at the last tile inside of this, so when we start we move the exit to the last tile. Time scale. Exit transform position equals shit, we're going over almost. Tiles dot last tiles dot count -1 times scale we're gonna make that a vector 3. Cool, let's set up the level with the exit and then play it, and I guess we're more or less done. Kill enemies, maybe. Oh, I'm dead, but we can restart. Okay, now the lights are super broken. Oh no, oh no. How long is this level? We're gonna make it to the end. We made it, but we missed something. We haven't set up player, shit. But if we did that, technically we still have like 1 minute or 2 minutes. Where is it? Player. Put the player in. Iteration 72. Okay. Why did the lights go? I think it's because we have some kind of lighting thing going on where it's like do not generate lighting. Okay, this I do not know about. I don't know why that happens. I don't know. But anyway, this was not super good. But like for a game made like a procedurally generated twin stick shooter made in under 2 hours, no reused either scripts or anything, with procedural generation, it's not too bad. Enemies should like react to bullets, I think, maybe. Okay, so we go here. Now, unfortunately, it didn't quite work. So where is the player? The player is falling down, and the level generator is gone. Why is the level generator gone? I destroy myself because I get myself in children here. If t not equals transform. Okay, so a few bug fixes after this. No sound, as always. Ooh, don't. Would have been nice if there was some kind of got to the end and then we teleported, and now there is a level, but it didn't generate anything inside. Oh, because start needs to be called again. Because this should have been another method. Okay, so we're cheating a little bit now, but you saw that it almost worked. Let's call this create, and then we move all this into that. This needs to move here. Why do I not just put this here? Because I don't want it to happen in the editor. That's why. So then I guess I have to create here. Hey, First Crimson, what's up? What's up? Thank you for the raid. How is your stream? I am just heading to bed. So we made this twin stick shooter in a little bit less than 2 hours. No reuse code, with procedural generation, and bugs and everything. I'm pretty proud of it. Like, you can die. There's high score. There's even a smart trick with the heart emoji for the health bar. I'm just ironing out some weird bugs. I died. And this is a weird bug too. Why does the shit go all dark on me? This I've seen before, but I never remember what it is about. Like, there's a solution to this, but I don't know what it is. How? Thank you for the follow. Can we get to the end so we can see if it worked? Oh, 2 hearts. 20. There we go. Oh, it works. Shit. Frozen Dose. Hey, long time no seen. How are you doing, Froze? This is perfect. Like I said, 2 hours. I've been streaming for 2 hours and 7 minutes, and at 2 hours and 5 minutes, I get raids and stuff. Yeah, this is classic. So why does the lighting do this, you think? Yeah, I guess we gotta raid someone at the end of this. Yeah, for the raiders, we made this game. I guess me and chat, maybe mostly me, I guess, in 2 hours. With procedural generation and everything. So I think pretty happy about that. I can work on animations for 20 hours, or yeah, and the result is not even good. I saw like Vimlark doing something like this. Ah, shit, 60. That's the world record in this this game. Let's see here if we can figure out the Unity light turns off after scene reload. It's like not. It's not baked. World record, yeah. Light gets dark when loading scene, blah blah blah. Bake all lights bad when you open the scene, blah, blah, not bake, blah, blah, blah. Fix the effects and stay dark. So is it the directional light? We put it at like render mode, no mode, real time. Is this it? That doesn't work. So the problem is that we have some ambient light that When the game is built, the problem will not exist. Window lines and debug, uncheck auto generate, but I don't have that on. I don't have auto generate on. Environment. Is there like environment lighting that will do this, and then we'll just put it into material instead. A little bit of emission. Hello, Mind Rage. Yeah, I'm actually going to bed here. Okay, it's different. Oh, our bullets are black now. Is that cool? It should be white. Prefabs, projectile, materials. Oh, it's inside of the thing with the stuff. Sphere, player material. That's good. Try scene manager, set active scene after reload of scene. Okay. So but I need to have a scene then. I guess what I could do is just find the HUD, clear out the score, and tell next level. Yeah, let's do that. Find, this is dirty. Find the HUD, score equals 0, and then same with this is the ugliest thing ever, level generator, and we just run next level, since we're not really doing anything with this. That should sort of work. The problem is we're getting the same seed, maybe, but likely we're getting the same seed. Because of some reason. Yeah, next level doesn't regenerate the seed, does it? Nope. So this is a bad thing, I guess. Let's do this. Thank you for all the follows. Okay, now we can have multiple levels instead of just one. And the lights kind of work. See if it still works to move when we get to the end here. So a couple of bugs fixed after the 2-hour limit, but I mean, that's fine. So now I'm gonna go to bed. Oh, would be nice with some chunky impact stuff on the enemies. I can do one really quick thing. So the impact, projectile impact, just scale it up by 3. That always helps. Cat has changed in the thing, and then the exit. Just add a cube in it so we can see where the exit is. Create a cube and then move it down. Oh wait, what cube? Scale it down somehow and then That's gonna be too low. It's gonna be inside the floor. Give it the player material, and now, oh wait, this needs to be, there we go. Could give the enemies more HP after, like, on the first level. Ooh, ooh. It's really hard to see the enemies when they have the same color as everything else. What did I do? So, no longer working. The exit is no longer working. The exit used to work. So why? Because I'm not pressing the right one. That looks absolutely correct. Nah, well, I just wanted to do something. So the kid, oh, I destroyed the player, so he can't restart anymore. Boulder dash. Make the player a. That's annoying. Okay, so I guess we got to start. We got to stop at some point here. So instead, we go back from when we press the button. We just reload the level instead, and it's not really a problem outside of the editor anyway. So we got to write this out again. Scene. Can I undo all the way back and then? Yes, copy that and then go all the way here. Paste it. What is the current scene? Get active scene. HUD game object scene. That could work. Okay. So our problem is that the light changes when you, the first time. This apparently is only a problem inside of the Unity editor. The enemies could have a bigger, but let's stop here. Okay, peeps, this was fun. Let's see each other again on Friday. So thank you all for the follows. Thank you for keeping me company through this. And yeah, Talk to you soon. Wait, we should raid someone. Let me see. Who wants to be raided? Anyone in chat who wants to be raided? Game Boy Color, Vimlark. Let's do Vimlark. That's fun because this is inspired by Vimlark. Raid Vimlark. Okay. So
there's all the back items. There's the body items.
Yeah.
I guess I do have a fair amount of custom items too.
All good. Let's see each other soon. Hugs and kisses. Be nice to Vimlark.